Alright, let's look at this one. Question 13, BDFNH. So let's look at B first. So that left-hand side, pretend I've written that one there. We can just times it out because we just on the other side have two terms. So we actually want two separate terms. So if I multiply cos phi by sec phi and cot phi by sec phi, there we go. So I'm just multiplying that by that and that by that, expanding out the brackets there. So what do I get? Well, I've got a cos phi and sec. Remember, sec is 1 on cos. Oh, that's nice. So I have 1 on cos phi. Okay, and then here cot. Remember, cot is cos on sine. So cos on sine. And sec is 1 on cos. Okay, so you'll see there nicely that in this one, these two cancel, and what's left is a 1. And in the second one here, these cancel, and we've got 1 on sine left. But we know that 1 on sine phi, or theta, whatever you like, is the same as cosec, that reciprocal of that. It's cosec. There we go. Which is what we want. So that is the right-hand side. Okay, so using lots of identities there. All right, let's have a look at D. So for D, we have sine beta this time. Whoa, here we go, sine beta. And then we have a cot beta, cos beta. And we're looking again just for one term. We're adding stuff and we're just looking for one term. So let's break this up a bit. We've got a sine beta, cot. Cot is cos on sine, so let's put that in. And then we've got a, beta, must have an angle with it, and then a cos beta there. Okay, so just putting that relationship for cot there, that identity there. And now I'll put a common denominator of sine beta. So remember, this denominator here is, it's just a 1. So if I times the bottom by sine beta, I times the top by sine beta. So I've got sine squared beta. And then if I put these two together, cos times cos, cos squared, that should be a cos squared beta. And we know that sine squared plus cos squared of the same angle equals 1. So that's 1 on sine beta. And that's just the reciprocal. So cosec, so 1 on sine beta is the same as cosec beta. And that is the right-hand side. Okay. All right. And for F. So again, F, we've got this lovely fraction going on. So we can break it up into sines and causes if we want, or which is kind of what I want to do. And last time I didn't, so so okay, I won't this time either. So cot again is 1 on tan. We know that one, and I can keep the 1 on tan x on the bottom. So if I look at the top now, I want to make a common denominator on the numerator of tan x. So at the moment this is 1 on 1. So if I times it by tan x, I need to times the top by tan x. And then it's just plus 1 over there. Now we've got divided by 1 plus tan x. Well, that's the same as times by 1 on 1 plus tan x. So I'll just write it over here. It looks better. And you'll note that those two things are exactly the same, so they can cancel. So what's left? Just 1 on tan x, and 1 on tan x is the same as cot x, which is our right-hand side. Okay, and H. Oops, and H. So again, H, we did this in class. So we've got two separate fractions, and we only want one thing. So what we'll do is make a common denominator. I'm going to change it to theta because I can write that better. So we've got sec, let's say theta minus tan theta, and common denominator, we'll just times it by the other one. So sec theta plus tan theta. If I do that, what have I done to change the top? I need to times that one by sec theta plus tan theta. And the other one, minus, I need to change this top by timesing it by sec, no, it's just 1 times, sec theta minus tan theta. Okay, so just because we put that on we times the original denominator by the sec minus tan. Now you can't see anything. Alright, so if we do that, the top becomes sec theta minus sec theta, so they cancel. Tan theta minus minus tan theta, so plus tan theta. So we've got 2 tan theta on top. Nice, that's actually what we want. So hopefully the bottom gives us 1. So difference of 2 squares this would be. So sec squared theta minus tan squared theta. Now we know that tan squared theta, or 1 plus tan squared theta, is sec squared theta. 1 plus tan squared theta is sec squared theta. So let's change sec squared theta to 1 plus tan squared theta. And then we've got minus tan squared theta. So those tan squared thetas cancel each other out. Tan squared minus tan squared. So it's just a 1 on the bottom. So 2 tan theta divided by 1 is 2 tan theta, which gives us our right hand side.